All right, just gotta do some things with Sadie here. Actually, been working her for more than an hour. The larger portion of her work has been using some of this stuff to set her up in public spaces, like loose leash on this. Sit stays, sits, sit on the dog. So for 3 days we've made a trip down to Long Sands, and that's taken us about an hour and a half. And and now we're going to then we do 15 minutes on place, 15-minute sit stays, non-distractions, and if we have time to do the healing, we do that too. But with her age, she's 1.5 years old, and she does well on just loose leash, so I don't know that I'm going to pester Sadie's owners too much to develop the perfect heel. Usually when you have a dog this young, you want to do that because it's easier to do the loose leash that way, but she's kind of opposite of that. So I think first I'm going to start her off with her sit stays. We've done 30 seconds inside, I think. I have to look at my notes. And then we've been doing 30 seconds on our walk. So I'm not going to put her through too much of them, just see if we can maybe build it up to 40 or 45 seconds. Let's go. Sadie, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. So that was 45 seconds, and if she were to get up, you can walk towards her quickly and do the sit correction. Don't say sit again. The other thing I wanted to mention has gone completely out of my head. I'm sure it will come to me. Let's go. Sit. So don't forget the sit correction. Oh, the other thing that didn't come to me was when I started this with the corrections with her, because week 2 is kind of soon to start that, and week 1 is, but she's so good and mellow that to make it more fun for her, I gave her treats at the end, but she's not necessarily a foodie, and I don't necessarily want to come in between her and the outside world either. It was just like so that she would relax at first. So anytime you're going into a scary situation, you can use treats, but also be aware there's going to be a time where you're interrupting her sensory output, so you want to kind of read the situation. I have no idea how many seconds that was. Good girl. Okay, let's go. Sit. Okay, let's go. We actually did a minute there, so I'm going to try for 3 more of those in a row. Let's go. So if I was out on a walk though, or on long sands, first of all, I probably wouldn't set her up for a stay on long sands yet. I would set her up like away from crowds, maybe in Ellis Park or something. Then I would back down the time because it's going to be harder for her to um, absorb what's going on and not be completely distracted. So there's no harm in if you're in a situation that's a lot of sensory input, of just decreasing the time and building it back up for that situation. Let's go. Sadie, sit. Notice I didn't say the command. I gave 3 corrections and then I molded her after she didn't sit on the 3rd correction. So now I'm going to count again. Notice how loose the leash is too while I'm counting. Good girl, which does not mean yes, which is the release word. So good girl is encouragement for continuing to do her job. Let's go. Come on. Sit. Good girl. Yes! Let's try 2 more in a row. Come on, pretty girl. I know. Sit. Good girl. So hopefully this will be the fourth one in a row for a minute. I'm just trying to see, there we go, how many minutes we've been at this. Let's go. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. So what this does, you can hear the dog in the distance. We have our neighbor out doing lawn work. Is it helps your dog be able to be seated and comfortable and know by their partnership with you that they're safe and observe the world. Very much like sit on the dog, although this is obviously more advanced than sit on the dog. So now I have to try to get 3 in a row of 1 minute sits. I don't know if we're going to get to that this time. Come on, let's go. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Come on. Let's go. Sit. So remember, the sit correction is loose, tight, loose, and then just mold her if she doesn't get it right away. When I'm doing the stays, I'm worried about the stay portion, not the sit on first command portion. We'll do that momentarily. Good girl. Yes. Hopefully we get that one more. Go. Come on. Sit. Good girl. So I always tell her good girl when she sits right away. Right now. Good girl.